Welcome creative friends, Edna Eady here from Creativity Activist, coming at you this Sunday afternoon in Australia with some additional makes from the uniquely creative Steampunk Graffiti line. As some of you may know, I guest designed with them this month. These makes are utilising what I had left from the range, but also the add-ons. So you can see here some little rub-ons made their way onto these makes, all sorts of different colour coming in. I did add these cogs, which were not part of the specific kit, but are an item that I love, adding to the wood veneer. But in general terms, this was about focusing on these, I think they called them dimensional stickers, but they're foam stickers, pretty glossy, sort of matte gloss, lots of colour. So I was struggling a little bit to use them, but my very lovely sister-in-law shared these photos with me from when she walked the graffiti walls in Berlin, and they seem to be the right type of project to bring these together. And I've also used these really lovely little sticky puffy letters from Uniquely Creative. I have these in abundance. I think I said to Barbie when they came into the line, can you order me some of those? And she said, how many? And I said 10, I think. I have a lot of them. And also these little silver stars, which are new to me. I only picked them up at the store when I was there last weekend. They do come in this little pack with lots and lots of them. I've used them on the cards today too. I did see they come in gold as well. So, you know, now that I've converted to a gold person, I may in fact do that as well. Of course, the die cut, the grungy die cut, and I've also put the little stickers around there, 2018. That's when this little adventure happened, I understand. And then also this month, along with the kit and all of the papers, came a cut apart sheet with lots of butterflies on them. I had great fun cutting these out. I love fussy cutting. And this is another picture of Rin. She has these really cool, I don't know what character she was. I don't understand all the characters, but in the grand scheme of things, they had this little funky ear thing going on. And I loved that photo. And it did have some sort of bluish tones in it. Some of the butterflies have blue tones in them. So I brought out the die cut in that softer colour and used this softer colour wave in this paper. And I think you can see I used the butterfly here in a glittering white cardstock, which probably is not what the intended use of that was, but you know, you've got to go and use it in different ways sometimes. Some of the die cuts and cut aparts from the kit, and certainly these lovely wood veneers, still one of my favourite things that came with this kit. So a burst of butterflies across that layout, really loved that, loved putting it together, and nice to feature these very bright papers in a more subtle tone. I also then decided it was time to crack open this texture paste that I purchased recently when I visited Daisy Chain, black opaque. It is kind of black when you open it, but then you have a heart attack because you think it's not really black enough, it's kind of grey. But let me attest to the fact that it comes out a beautiful matte black. Love it. I can see a lot of that in my future. And so I brought together a series of cards using the stencil from this month's kit in the background in random applications, and then building up the die cuts using more of the acrylic shapes. Loved this sentiment, fearless and apologetic. There's another little star there, and I'm sure you can also see some of the wood veneer in there. So coming in hot with all of those. I just make the card front, then I decide when I put the card together what sort of card base I am going to use. I do mix that up from time to time. This one here featured one of the cool dudes, some of the light bulbs, and repeating the features across the card. I did come in with lots of stapling on these cards, just adding those extra bits of texture. And then this one here, very similar in the baseline of what I was utilising, just a different layout, using that little acrylic in the same way that I used it on one of the layouts from the original set of makes. And then I took 3 of the tags that were left from one of the cut apart sheets, and I made the tags in the background and then built up for a slimline card application. This one here has the butterfly in black with the skeleton down the middle, a little butterfly, some of the stars, and underneath here one of the rub-ons was used on that one there. And then here with another one of the animals from the range, I have been using the little wood, I always call those eyelets, but they're not eyelets, reinforcers, thank you. And just a mixture of everything, continuing on with the use of the black in the background, also carrying that black texture paste to the back of the background papers. This one here you can see I've bunched up the twine and attached it with some staples in there. And then finishing off on a lighter colour tone. So because this paper was more pastel, instead of pairing it with black, I've paired it with grey and the white texture paste on the back there. Cutting out this butterfly from one of the cut apart sheets, splitting the cog in two and spreading it out so that it covered more. And then big dreams and victory, and I had a little bit of leftover from making the layout there, so I added that onto there. Have loved using this range. I think it is good with the pastels. I love the pastels. I think its natural fit is with the dark, but here's the dark and light of my life today. Thanks for tuning in whilst I shared these additional makes. Have absolutely loved working with Steampunk Graffiti from Uniquely Creative. If you haven't got it yet, now might be the time. Hope you're having a good creative weekend, my creative people. Enjoy.